I'll get to this one here in a second. All right.
Do you need
It's
to
an
move
interesting
it?
bill.
I'm sorry, Representative DeGraff. Do you need to move your amendment first?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right. So looking over this bill this morning, we start off with a lot. It's not actually a strike below because it does leave section 1 in the legislative declaration. And the legislative declaration is interesting, probably more for what it leaves out than what it puts in. Now, the sponsor did discuss it, but let's see first what it strikes out. Page 3, lines 16 through 21, line 27, some of line 23 and 24, and then it goes and strikes out page 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, most of 9. And so what does it put in its place? Takes out all of those pages that were obviously stakeholdered, and they were, that's a weird word, that there was obviously a lot of work went into, and it replaces it with cooperation with federal government grant in AIDS Low Income Energy Assistance Program, LEAP, applications. First, out of the Low Income Energy Assistance Program, the State Department shall not require an applicant to provide their citizenship or immigration status on any application for assistance payments unless the information is required as a condition of eligibility for the assistance payments, which apparently it isn't. But why? Why do we change this entire bill to turn it into something that is primarily, first out of the box, is to protect immigration status and expend more taxpayer money circumventing the legal enforcement of our borders to support an illegal economy? Why the support of an illegal economy? That's my question. So that seems to be the primary aspect of this entire bill. It got rid of about 8 pages of legislative work, which I'm not saying I was in favor of. It had some really bad stuff in it, like the air quality index at a very low level, requiring that. When the State Department denies an individual application for assistance payments due to insufficient or incomplete documentation, the state shall notify the investor-owned public, which the investor is a customer at the individual's application is pending review. So just more. And the interesting thing about this, the way this is done, because it's not a complete strike below, which looks to be entirely to protect the status and an illegal status of somebody in order to receive taxpayer funds, a strike below would have a new introduction, or a bill summary would have a new bill summary, and it would declare that. It would declare that. But our current bill summary does not have anything in it about protecting that the State Department shall not require an applicant to provide their citizenship or immigration status. Can't even ask. So we're asking for more money out of the citizens of Colorado to support an economy, an underground economy, of individuals unprotected by documentation, leaving them in a permanently exploitable and expendable status. So instead of solving the problem of immigration, we just leave these individuals in an exploitable and expendable status. And that's troubling. It's very troubling. And right off the bat, this bill goes into protecting that to make sure that citizen money, which we're saying is not sufficient, which is insufficient for Colorado because we're $3.5 billion in pseudo debt called certificates of participation, debt that isn't debt, kind of like fees that are not taxes. Just a tax that's not a percentage. So this bill is entirely about something that it said that's not what it says it is. It's another diversion program from the bottomless pockets of the citizens of Colorado to support illegal immigration while the state says it is not a sanctuary state. So I recommend a no vote on this committee report for the duplicity. Because we also need to see what the fiscal response is. The fiscal, it says zero FTE, $0. We're going to pay money for illegal immigrants to heat their homes, and it's going to cost $0. I'm not sure where that magic money comes from, but I'm not sure the citizens of Colorado like the sleight of hand of rewriting an entire bill, deleting 80% of it to circumvent, with the purpose of circumventing our borders, which are there to protect our economy, which, as everybody knows, is hurting. It's nothing against the individuals who are here being exploited and left in a permanently exploitable and expendable status. They're fine people. But we cannot continue to bilk the citizens of Colorado to support them. In the past, our immigration policy has been when somebody would come here, they would be required to have a sponsor. And that person would help them through while they're in the immigration process. They would house them, make sure they were fed, help them look for a job. Now we're taking that and we're putting that on the citizens of Colorado. And the citizens of Colorado are saying we are not a bottomless pit of money. So I think this should be a no on this committee report. And we should be honest with the citizens of Colorado, not trying to circumvent our immigration status.
Can you stick to the bill, the committee report?
Yes, ma'am. The committee report changes the entire nature of the bill from talking about helping citizens that need help with their energy bills, citizens that need help with their energy bills, to making sure that this money can be directed to individuals regardless of whether they're here legally or illegally. So that is I think that's to the bill. So to talk about the bill, since the entire bill was rewritten, except to make that so that this part does not go into the the bill summary, I think that is key, because the focus here is making sure that this money can be spent on people who are not here legally. So I recommend a no vote on this committee report.
Is there any further discussion on a committee report? Seeing none, members, the question